Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Popcorn Junkies. Excuse the curious environment in which I find myself. This is the trailer for Thor, Love and Thunder. And obviously me and Maddie reacted to was it a teaser before? And we were sat there at the end going, who the hell was that at the end? And of course, so many of you pointed out it was Natalie Portman. This is the direct sequel to Thor Ragnarok, which I thought was just sensational. I thought it just sort of delivered for me all the things that Guardians of the Galaxy did, but it did it differently. Even though there was a lot of crossover, it was camp. I tell you what, it reminded me of, and this is what encourages me about Taika Waititi, the director, is doing, I believe, the first new Star Wars film. Is that I thought Thor, did anyone else think Thor Ragnarok was very like Flash, as in Flash the superhero, Flash the series? It had that sort of space opera kind of extraordinarily camp, a little bit silly at the edges, but you still believed in it. You were still invested in it. It wasn't silly. And I mean, I was never a fan of Flash Gordon the movie because it just became too much of a camp fest. But yeah, so I thought Thor Ragnarok was excellent. So many bit characters. We had alcoholic Thor, what not to like, with his little beer belly. So I'm fascinated to see where he's at. In this, we've got Christian Bale is in here too. Obviously, we've got Tessa Thompson. Taika Waititi's in there. As I say, Natalie Portman is going to be in there too. And I'm sort of looking at the screen grab at the beginning. I think there's going to be a bit of a riff, is there possibly, on The Lion King? So Taika Waititi is really, I mean, he's managed to carve himself such freedom. He's sort of trusted so extraordinarily highly, isn't he, with whatever it is he kind of puts his hands to. So I'm curious to see how this is going to sort of whet our appetites for when he gets to grips with Star Wars. I mean, are we going to see a really, really camp Star Wars in the future? So anyway, so I'm going to react to this. I'm in the car. It's raining. Apologies.
Kids, get your popcorn now. Let me tell you the story of the space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey. Well, he got in shape. He went from dad bod to god bod. And after all that, he reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon.
Jane? The old ex-girlfriend.
What's it been like? 3, 4 years?
8 years, 7 months and 6 days. Give or take.
Am I sensing feelings?
Well, you're right.
The only ones who gods care about is themselves.
So this is my vow.
All gods will die.
I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
He's just my first bad guy.
You never forget your first.
You are not like the other gods of kill.
You have something worth fighting for.
Let's see who you are. I take off your disguise. And flick!
Oh, you flick too hard, damn it!
Should we help him?
Eventually. Great.
I was getting, I don't know what you were getting. I was definitely Christian Bale. I was getting Voldemort sort of like, except he's got a nose kind of vibes. I was getting Ronan vibes from Guardians of the Galaxy. He looked really good, his design, his face, and that's why it's always good to get a class actor like Christian Bale in there. It's always kind of gives it extra layers, extra depth. Obviously, you got the riffing between him and Natalie Portman, how long they've been separated, all that kind of stuff. I like the funny little skit there with the pixelation of his balls and his bottom. it didn't give too much away. It didn't give too much away, but it gave enough away. Bright colours. I mean, it's incredibly bright and sort of primary coloured and garish, almost plastic kind of colour palette. Struggling with his, lots of wisecracking Thor, lots of, put upon Thor. And I think possibly if there's a big question mark, it's like, is Chris Hemsworth as Thor a great addition when he's one of a sort of ensemble, one of the Avengers, and every now and then he sort of undercuts the drama with a pithy little observation or a sort of statement. When you park him at the centre of the film, does it work? Well, it worked in the last one, as long as there are many other kind of characters and situations and other sort of larger than life characters sort of bubbling around him. So I have to confess, I think I preferred the previous trailer or teaser to that. That kind of has kept me at the same place, at the same level of excitement, but it hasn't taken it any further. I think Russell Crowe was sounding remarkably like the Emperor from Star Wars. Re-listen to his voice, and then the sheer astonishing glory of his crown jewels, of Thor's crown jewels, makes everyone faint. I think that's kind of like a really funny aspect. I do like the way in which these versions, these Marvel films, managed to straddle, no pun intended, the world of kind of really grown up, kind of risque, saucy humour, and yet still managed to be kind of entertaining. And sort of genre films for kids, so that's good. And I have to say, it's very hard once you've had someone like Thanos, once you've had someone, some of the villains that they've had in the Marvel films. I'm fingers crossed that what they don't do with Christian Bale is like what Star Wars did with, was it Snark? You get a really good villain and then they're only alive for one film. I'm up for a bit of villainy stretching beyond a movie, aren't you? I hope it doesn't all resolve itself, and I hope to God it doesn't end in just lots of explosions and things falling apart.